Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com. This is the chart for the full moon, 31st of October 2020. It's set for London and it's at 14:49 GMT. It's a very important month, November, which is coming up very soon, of course, just the day after this full moon. But first of all, let's look at it. The sun is now in Scorpio, 8 degrees, and the moon, always opposite of the full moon, is in Taurus at 8 degrees. What makes this full moon to expect the unexpected? That phrase I learnt when I first discovered the planet Uranus and what it meant. And Uranus is right bang on that moon, or rather the moon's right bang on Uranus. Now Uranus is totally unpredictable. It's got an erratic orbit. It takes 84 years to go through all the signs of the zodiac, so most of us haven't experienced Uranus in Taurus. However, some of us have. And Taurus is about the earth. Taurus is the goddess energy, and Taurus is very much the slow and steady pace as symbolized by the cow. And Taurus is governed in turn by Venus. Now, Venus has just moved into one of the two signs that she owns, and that's Libra. Libra is very diplomatic. It's very different from Taurus. Taurus is sensual. Taurus has to feel and touch and breathe and smell, all the lovely senses. But as a young baby, if you ever watch a baby, that's what they're doing. They're exploring their physical world. So Libra, the diplomat, the arts. The sun in Scorpio has the traditional ruler of Mars. Over here, still in Aries, still retrograde. However, that's going to change in November. The other planet, of course, connected to Scorpio is Pluto, god of the unconscious, the underworld. And here it is, still here in Capricorn. It's a long haul, not much will change. But Jupiter is catching up with Pluto, and then Jupiter and Saturn will join at the end of the year in the sign of Aquarius. So there's big changes up ahead. Deep breath. Meanwhile, look at these right angles. Look at these tensions in this chart. The challenges are the red lines. Notice how strong they are. The strength is showing how tight what we call the aspect is. Mercury is now retrograding. It's gone back into Libra at 26 degrees and is at that right angle to Saturn. Now, Saturn is in its own sign. We are all being asked to grow up, take responsibility for our actions, maturity, responsibility. All these things are discipline, but also mastery. Saturn is a planet that most of us are kind of wary of, I would say, and many people know about Saturn return around the age of 28, 29. It goes every 28, 29 years. So you might well have experienced at least 2 Saturn returns in your chart. I have. Now, with the energy of Mercury, Mercury is about to move forward. Yes, that's very good news. Mercury retrograde can produce problems with communication. And I don't know about you, but I certainly have absolutely experienced some of those things. It's really good to be an astrologer at times like this, knowing, oh, Mercury's retrograde, just take a deep breath, just try something else, just wait a little bit, whatever the problem is. It will move forward, Mercury, on the 3rd of November, which happens to be the day of the US elections. It does move forward, but during the day, so it will be during the day in the US as well as in the UK. And then it will move forward, and it will return into Scorpio. Venus in Libra. What's also interesting here, Venus is in her own sign, Mars in his own sign down there. And those two planets are basically going to be opposite each other on the 9th of November. So bear these dates in mind. They're on my website. Sun in Scorpio right up until the 21st when it moves into Sagittarius. Mercury going forward, and then on the 14th of the month, Mars will also move forward. So we've got a lot of planets about to, well, two planets about to move forward, and that's good news. Let's go back to Uranus. Uranus, as I said, is very unpredictable. The way to work with Uranus is to create change in your life. Now, that change doesn't have to be big and dramatic, but it can be small things. Taurus is to do with nurturing food, for instance. Farming is Taurus. The earth herself is Taurus. It could be just deciding to change things around where you work. I work from home and I do that often. Just change a bit of furniture around, get a fresh look at my environment. Uranus is also crazy. It's also revolutionary. It's also anything that you do that is spontaneous. Uranus is a highly creative energy when it's put to good use. Note that word, good use. So not change for change's sake, not throwing everything out just because you want to change everything in your life at once. Caution is the energy of Capricorn. Capricorn builds slowly. The mountain goat gets to the top of that mountain because it's step by step, small movements, very agile, that goat. So notice that. You don't have to make big leaps at this time. And I would caution that especially because Mars in Aries is very much to do with impetuousness, going headfirst into something, reacting, rather than taking time. Time is another quality associated with Saturn. Commitment is called for. That key word for Capricorn is all about commitment. Commitment to the truth, commitment to the small, still voice, rather than the loud, raging voice we hear so often from politicians. Mercury is the messenger. Mercury is now a morning star. If you see there's the sun, there's Mercury. It means that Mercury, that's the horizon, that sunset over here. Mercury will set before the sun, so it rises before the sun. In other words, Mercury is now a morning star, a scout, looking for new information and absorbing that information in a positive way. And that is a really important process. Change is vital at this time. How we move from the fixed energy, that's a fixed sign, Taurus, fixed sign, Scorpio, Aquarius is a fixed sign, as is Leo, and instead embrace creativity, innovation, and connect with genius. So I hope that inspires you to recognize that this is Halloween. It is the Day of the Dead, or the unconscious, you can call it, the dark. But Scorpio is a sign with 3 symbols. It's the nasty little scorpion that bites, sting in its tail. There's also the eagle, the visionary eagle. And then finally, it's the phoenix, the symbol of rebirth. And I would encourage you at this time, when there's so much fear in the world, to focus on the love that Venus is representing with Taurus's energy, and the passion that Mars can bring when Mars and Venus join. Thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com.